I've got a pretty good house here at the moment. It's a 3-bedroom house with all food and support catered for. I'd just like to say that I'm the victim of a government conspiracy. So my former partner, Steve Iasonidis, owes me a fair, equal legal settlement, but no government agency will admit that relationship ever existed, and that's a problem. Now, due to my whistleblowing, because I've opposed my situation for a long time, due to opposing this, he's now been done for his corrupt finances, and he's been done for apparently $1 million embezzlement, and that's not okay. It's definitely not okay that he's now threatened to kill me and my dog, Crystal. There she is. This is my yard. Do you want to come over for a barbecue? Sure, come over for a barbecue. I've just got some support, and I've been homeless for a month, and I've been excommunicated from the government and all of my family. Now, there's a real problem happening here. I'm vilified for my mental illness to the exclusion of all other factors, which means that it's a profound injustice. And look, how do I summarise this even basically? No government agency will admit that our relationship ever existed. That's bad. And the fact that he's been done for embezzlement and threatens to kill my dog and me is really absurdly wrong. It's family violence, it's coercive financial control, and he's done it to me for years. Now, the Office of Prime Minister and Cabinet refused my freedom of information, but it was first described as low unit and complex. Now, I'm not a threat to myself or others. Can I just say, I take all my medication. I'm not delusional. I don't think I've used the I'm not suicidal. I protest this stuff because I want a better life, and ultimately, admitted that I committed fraud, a pension every year for 5 years, fraud, and I'm liable. You should arrest me, but they won't, because that would expose the relationship with a very manipulative, greedy, sociopathic Steve Iasonidis. Now, I've also defrauded the estate of $15,000, and that $15,000 was defrauded when I invoiced them, because I invoiced them to Steve Iasonidis life coaching, just to identify to them that the government is protecting him and owes me hundreds of dollars. And I've only stolen $15,000. Who's the bigger criminal? So I wanted two things: Cranbourne Police, get off my back, my house. I've been trying to get justice. I've now found a lawyer to act for me, and all the people that allowed persecution and vilification to their nation is going to be used. Now, I was vilified so much that in February 2021, I actually suicide to a stand found on the West Sea conspiracy to identify him, vilify him, made me absolutely isolated, and vilified me against my constitution. I killed myself that day to escape, and since then there has been fatal injury and illegal offence in where we left us to a president state document, and I was advised in serving justice and then withhold mental health complaints commissioner, buyback, Harper, AAT, police, buyback, the officer, my trustee, then and I now suffer something brain disorder, and I also have illness, for which I'm vilified, and which makes it extra clear that this treatment has been given to me systemically and politically, and that so many people know about it, and that still with impunity, and that no one will act. I'm banned from punishing life. My term life is convicted, but no one acts. I'm banned from justice in I'm lost of one, lost of a death, most considered people, I've been privileged to suffer fate for the authority, but that doesn't matter. Money, privilege, power, security. I'm homeless. I'm owed for vehicle services. I'm owed for settlement and full payment of settlement fees. I'm owed for holiday who vilified me and used mental back to place me in a stand, and then literally ran me over in a car, because they knew I couldn't go to police, and they maimed me. And they make no mistake, this malicious conspiracy is violent, and it has an aim to cause me harm. And because I'm such a liability to government agencies now and the government, they're trying to silence me, to character assassinate me, and to destroy every bit of power that I have. And I'm resilient. Look at this. I've got a 3-bedroom house with all supports and all food paid for by the NDIS. I'm just about to get my justice, and the people who have elongated my suffering and covered it up and acted with deceitful decisions which are unethical to elongate my suffering and protect powerful people like Steve Iasonidis and Russell Ball are just about to get a wake-up call. Now, I'm just about to see a lawyer tomorrow, and they're going to absolutely stand by me. And they're going to sign a document which makes it possible that they act on my behalf. And that lawyer is linked to a very famous whistleblowing lawyer who will act for me. And I'm very much well aware that as you become a liability of the government, such as me, and your whistleblowing has called out so much that it's so much existential risk to the government that they will do anything to silence you, including V2K voice hallucinations, audio harassment. They destroyed my business. They took my accreditation. They put me in hospital, and they destroyed everything that I own: my photos, my clothes, my possessions, my furniture, and they took my life, and they acted with impunity and conspiracy to deny my legal rights and my human rights. And I have human rights. I am alive, I am sentient, and I have an amazing resilience and a sense of authenticity about me which will brutalise any conspiracy with which to silence me. So I'm just about to get my justice. I'm going to call out these oppressors. And even George Brandis in 2022 passed legislation that any police, politician, health department, contractors will not be liable for the incarceration, the persecution, the detriment, or even the murder of a targeted individual of the Australian government. And I am now a targeted individual of the Australian government, and it goes right up to the Office of Prime Minister and Cabinet, who refused my freedom of information when it was first described as voluminous and complex, and it has been redacted from me in every single way, in every statutory government agency and government authority that there is. This is a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice, and it has caused my death. I would have not survived had I not been accidentally found and revived from certain death. That's a conspiracy to murder, and that's why they are so scared that I'm going to call it out for what it is. If I died today, mental illness and drugs would be blamed. And that's fine. Everyone agrees with that. But if someone dared to stand up for my death in the persecution and vilification and literal conspiracy to murder from neglect that I would potentially suffer today, the government is already not liable to accept any prosecution because of George Brandis's legislation passed in 2022. I am a human being, and I worked 30 years in this country to look up for the marginalised and look up for people who suffered mental illness and their carers. And I have spoken on local, national, state levels and even international levels and across all Australian media and even in Australian Parliament. And I am literally a doctor of philosophy, and you don't get to be a doctor of philosophy without proving critical thought. Now, my family and friends have rejected me because they've bought into the conspiracy and they think I need a psychiatrist. What I need is justice, and I'm just about to get it. And this is a warning to all of you people who have acted to elongate my suffering, to allow me to live as a homeless, infamous vagrant for a month, living out of my car, begging for food. You're all complicit, and silence is complicity. And you're all going to be just about called out for the extreme persecution, vilification, identification, victimisation, oppression, and injustice which has occurred to me. Dr. Rich Mclean, you can name me if you want. I'm also known as Dr. Baron Dodger because I'm dodging the Baron in my life, and that just doesn't equate to monetary things, but it equates to a spiritual thing because I'm a fierce, resilient spirit on this earth, and I will win, alive or dead. I will win, and you'll know my name because I will win this. And if they kill me, I will be known in the new AI as a political scapegoat and be venerated for my suffering. But I want to live a good life, and I want to live a life with Crystal, the dog, and I want to live a life that is worth living and for which, sadly, I'll have to forgive everyone on the earth for prosecuting and persecuting me, because I need to live with the other people, and all of the people have forsaken, rejected, neglected, oppressed, vilified, victimised, and tortured me. And I'm just about to get justice. Holy love, highest loving divinity, please protect me from negative energies and entities. I'm going to win this. Alive or dead, I'm going to win this. And it's a really comfortable place of privilege now that I'm living with this amazing 3-bedroom house with all supports and all food. And I haven't asked for much. All I wanted was to live a life free from victimisation and oppression, with my dog, with enough food, medicine and shelter. But seeing the system and the government has intentionally and maliciously redacted this from me, I'm going to have to reclaim it, and reclaim it I will. And I won't be settling just for enough to exist as a human being. I will be fucking the entire system over in order to get what I want. And then beyond living a basic, meaningful life, serving the community with what I've always wanted to do and what I've proven to have done, I'm going to donate that money to charity and those people who need it, and those people who have been vilified, victimised, oppressed, the gay, the trans, the women, the black, the disabled. They are my people. I'm going to support them, and I've made a trust fund, Baron Dodger. Baron Dodger is my new name, and I'm going to help those people, and I'm going to get justice, and I'm going to win. It is not okay that the government delegitimise and de-experience my experience of having a 5-year relationship with a former high-ranking public official who was working in ASIO, who owes me a fair, equal, legal settlement. And it's not okay that I be vilified with mental illness to the exclusion of all other things. And it's not okay that the world has agreed to witness my destruction, which has literally been my death and my resurrection, and then continued to allow that to happen. I'll forgive everyone who has acted to harm me, but I would not ever cause harm on those people the way it's enacted to me every day, and has been done so for years. And that's what makes me a better person than you. I know what I am. I'm proud of who I am. I love who I am, and I'm authentic and I'm real. Where's all the other people's YouTube video channels? They're fucking nowhere to be seen because they're hiding behind levels of bureaucracy and privilege and power in highly powered positions that are protecting the other people in relative public official circles. And they all have self-preservation at heart. Well, guess what? I'm not any different than you. I've got self-preservation at heart too. I want to preserve, I want to have a good life. And I know that you all know that as an intelligent and respected person, a person can be destroyed. And you all don't want that to happen to your little bit of the backyard and your little bit of the prosperity and privilege that you now get paid for to toe the party line. I am not afraid, and I'm going to hold all of you to account, and I'm going to actually win this. And even if you killed me, this video is out there, and that would expose the liability of all the politicians and all the lawyers and all the public officials and all the family and friends that have forsaken me in exchange for small-mindedness and judgment. And there's an allegorical Christian thing happening here. It's a crucifixion, it's persecution, it's living a life that was lived to serve, and it's been brutalised, and then there's a death, and then there's a resurrection, and then the world has forsaken me. I choose to come back. I choose to live on this planet. Something saved me that I should be here. And I am going to absolutely live on this planet. I'm going to enjoy it. And I am an earth sinner, there's no doubt about it. But I'm also a spiritual person who has been saved by the hand of grace that is greater than I am. And that makes this a divine Christian allegory. And I will win. This is Dr. Rich Mclean. And after I died and then was revived from sudden death, I changed my name to Baron Resonance Dodger. And I'm dodging the Baron in my life, and I'm giving it back to you, that we can all have wealth and prosperity and money and spiritual wealth in all dimensions and all currencies. And there is enough for everyone on this planet. And there is enough for me, and there is enough for all of you. And there is enough consciousness in this world that we can forgive each other, that we can live a better life, and that we can admit our failures and we can all move on. There is a better way. I'm a spiritual person, I always have been, and I didn't choose this life as a scapegoat, but it's become me. And now I'm going to have to forgive all of you in order to exist in this life when I get justice, just to be able to exist with the other people. And I love you all. I love people. And that's why I'm going to have to forgive all of you in order to exist on this planet and to feather my life as an infamous vagrant, and then live a life probably as a recluse with my dog, and move forward without the conspiracy to murder and being a targeted individual of the Australian government, which is now in place. I ask for a reprieve, I ask for a solution, I demand that there be an exchange of ideas, and if you don't come to the party, I will force it, because God is on my side. You need nothing more to be said. Okay, Baron Dodger, I'm going to get my justice soon. I forgive you all, and I love you all. I understand why you wouldn't stick up for me. You're fearful of political and financial reprisal. You want just what I want. Some money, prosperity, a place to be. You're the same as me, and that's what makes this so incredibly special. I forgive you. Okay, so this is going to end now.